Okay, this is my little talk around my FJ1200. Just about to give it a wash, so I'll do you before and after she's all clean. Okay, she's just about to do 50,000 miles. I got about 10 years ago when she had about 25,000 miles, so a few changes have been done. So let me just go through the changes for you. I'll start from the front and work to the back. I think the very first thing to mention is also the headlight. These headlights are getting quite rare now, so if you can get a protector on the front, then do it. I think that's always a wise investment. Next thing really for trips, long trips out, is the vario screen. Very handy, especially for long trips in France when sometimes the weather can catch you out. Popping this little wing up really does help take the rain, some of the wind blast away. Okay, well, luckily the bike came with the Yamaha Blue Spot pistons, recommended. Always a good investment, and as you can see, probably from the rear and from the front, I did the 17-inch wheel conversion many years ago. Since then, I've run Continentals, and now I think I've got Dunlops on the Road Smarts, which have been absolutely fantastic. They've done 2 trips to France. As you can see, they're squaring a little bit. I don't think it'll manage it'll do the 3rd trip coming up, but after that it'll definitely be a replacement. I'm looking at what I've got on the Guzzi here. I've got some Angels GTs that are absolutely phenomenal. So I think once I get rid of the Dunlops, I think I'll also try the Angels GTs on the Yamaha. Okay, so next thing I did after that was the 4x1. Personally, I loved the 4x2 look, but I think just for ease, I went for the 4x1. No gaskets or anything, just a couple of link pipes, and then the rim is titanium, which gives a nice sound. From what I can gather, you lose a bit of top end when you do this conversion, and the trade-off is you get more mid-range, which is always fine, because obviously I live more or less in the mid-range anyway on this bike. As you can see, I've got some engine bars fitted. I think it was a wise investment. I did the same to the Guzzi, just in case you ever do the spill. Hopefully you never will. Okay, as you can see, I've got a sat-nav mount fitted for the Garmin. I use the Garmin Zumo. I'm absolutely fine. Been really pleased with it. Okay, next thing you can see, I've got like a Corbin seat just off eBay. I think it was just a trade-in many years ago. It was about £100. That was with the trade-in of my original seat, but it's been really comfy, so no problems there. I had a rack fitted. When I go camping, that gets loaded up with panniers, and that's been absolutely fine. Always need to keep a little rack for your things. Next thing I did after that was fitted a Scott oiler. Now the Scott oiler used to run down under the spring arm here and out here, but this rear tire was getting covered sometimes in the oil. So what I've done is I fitted it now. It sort of roots under the fairing here, and I've routed it. I don't think you'll be able to see, but I've routed it. The end, there's a bit of the wire there, and routed it at the end of this chain guard, and it drops in straight on the chain near the front sprocket, which is something that you find ever since it's nicely tucked out the way, and the reservoir is under the rear there. I think that's about it. Oh, I fitted the 10-row oil cooler up there. Just helps keeps the oil all nice and cool when you're on long hot days out. I will say now she's starting to burn a little bit of oil, so I have to keep oil with me. But that's to be expected really. She's 26 years old, so that's to be expected. The last thing really to break down on her, caught me out junction 9 in the M1 was the throttle cable that snapped. I had to get call out. So if anybody's watching this and you've not changed your throttle cable yet on an FJ12 and it's approached 25 years old and perhaps you've done some serious mileage, then I'd definitely recommend getting that throttle cable changed. It's a quite simple job to do, very straightforward, and I probably would recommend getting that done just so you're not caught out. Okay, well I hope that's helpful with my little trip around my FJ1200. Absolutely fantastic bike. highly recommended. I know they're getting a bit rare now, but for simple ease and use, they're absolutely fantastic. Love mine, she's nicknamed Jade. As you can see, but see I've got a Motor Guzzi there as well. 1200. Both of these bikes are 1200 air-cooled engines. And they actually sound and go perfectly. Obviously, there's a big difference between how the FJ rides and how the Guzzi rides. But I couldn't be happier with these two bikes. One's for touring and days out, which is the FJ12, and then for blasts out on the day, I'll take the Guzzi. Only really because the FJ now is clocking up the miles. But absolutely fantastic bike. I'd recommend both. But these days to talk about the FJ1200, then if you're seriously considering buying one, and if you can get hold of one, then do it. You won't be disappointed. Okay, thanks, and thanks for watching. Okay, back on the FJ12, and one or two things I really forgot to omit when I was doing the previous recording is two vital upgrades that I've done. Hagen shock. Obviously, these bikes now are getting quite old, so I fitted the Hagen. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended it. And then I fitted the Hagen internal springs in the front forks as well. So she's got Hagen fitted all round. No more bouncing around. Absolutely perfect for when you're loading her up. You can then adjust the suspension. My Hagens come with the old remote preload here, so you can turn that while she's loaded up, all the gear up there for when you're out camping, and taking pillion, and then when it gets light again and you take the pillion and the weight away, you can then just turn that to adjust the suspension back. So absolutely, always recommended to do a suspension upgrade, especially now these bikes are getting quite old. Okay, hope that helps.